I just thought of the best thing for a movie. So in movies, it skips from scene to scene, but wouldn't it be cool if you start in a place and then after the scene never skips, it's always like moving from hallway to hallway. That'd be lots of camera lugging, but you'd always know where you are or something like that. And it'd be more interesting to see like the interface of the movie and to like think stuff and do stuff or to say stuff to other people while you're watching the movie. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Um, for like a movie that's like a superhero movie and they're like flying or something, it'd be too hard to follow them wherever they're flying, and what they like to do is they'll have themselves make the movie where they show the bad guys talking for a bit with each other, and then they get their asses kicked, and it just makes it more exciting or something. To me, I'd rather not see any asses get kicked, but it gives you like that raw feeling, like that's how you take care of business type jobs. And for some people, that's like it's proof of life or something. I don't know. It's stupidity, but it's proof of life. So stupidity gets turned into serenity or something. And if everyone took care of business, it'd just be a serene, unreal life or something. I don't know. But oh, sorry for shaking the camera around. YouTube's gonna pop and say your camera video is shaky. I don't care. I'm holding it. I'm holding it myself. It's not like I'm getting someone else to hold it and they don't know what they're doing. So if I was to make a movie right now, the movie would be titled "Get Stoned" by Edward Bunker. I don't know who that is, and I don't know about getting stoned, but actually, real life story here is I was on the swing set with my brothers. There's three swings beside each other and we played bumper cars. And getting stoned in bumper cars is when you go behind the person on the swing and you stick out both your knees and you hit them right in the back. And they not usually, but they like to fall out. They like to jump out of the swings before they get hit in the back or something. That's what's getting stoned. If you survived a stoning in bumper cars on the swings, then after you can stone them back, but you might lose momentum, so they'll control more. I used to just go so fast that you can't you go left and right in bumper cars, and I went so fast that you can never hit me, and I have more chances of hitting you. But I never told anyone that, and I kept winning. But after a month, we played that for about like a week's worth, like once every day. But in a month, we played a week's worth, like I guess 7 times. But when we played 7 times, we played few rounds, like 10 rounds or something. And at the end of the month, all our backs were hurting. I think some of us even had back issues. I'm like, you let the stoning get to you. That's not getting stoned. And then after I thought to myself, hey, what if we all got stoned together? And then after, I don't know, see how I turned up making YouTube videos when I'm sleeping. But like the movie Getting Stoned with Edward Bunker will be like a virtual experience. You can basically carry the movie around with you in some kind of form. Like, say if you watched a movie and they had these cool rock, like a rock that will shoot fire out of it, and then if you can get that rock in real life, you'll be like you were in the movie, right? So if you have the item from the movie, you have the movie or something. You have part of the movie. So like you carry it around, it gives you automatic like pleasure, which is like virtual something, and then after there's a time and a place for everything, and then like a early cameo works of the movie could be like how you can get stoned anywhere. Like you're in court, you get stoned. You're in jail, somehow you get some marijuana weed, and you get stoned in jail. But think about it. If you got stoned in court, you would go to jail. So that's the part of that. So you get to try out two places for going into the court the first time. You get jail and death sentence, and you get stoned. I'm joking. Sometimes you just have to think of everything just to make one little movie. But it's very important that the stuff you didn't use goes into the delapsed pile, where it's delapsed and formed back into get out of my face, get out of my face. Because someone takes a picture of you and they're like all snapping cameras at you. Then you'd get stoned there, and that'd be exciting. And then they'd take camera pictures of you, and it's like they'll say, "Do you know this guy's smoking drugs in this picture? And it's a photograph you took?" And it's like, "Yeah." Oh. And then after, if he sold it to him, the photograph would be fine, because if they're willing to show that picture in a newspaper or something, then it's a good picture. It doesn't matter they're getting stoned. But if they don't, and they use, the only other thing I can think of is using it in court and saying this is drugs, and then you say no, it's just a cigarette. And but the good thing about, if it's in a pipe, you're smoking a pipe, and you can just say, it's just tobacco in this pipe from the picture. But your eyes are all like this, and you're like, yeah, I'm getting stoned. So yeah, but the thing about that movie is I want to make it where it starts off in the first place like it scopes around the house, and then after the camera goes in the house, and then they start doing stuff in the house, and when they get into the car. But that'd be weird, because everything would have to be nearby, because I'm not wasting like 40 minutes in the car travel time. So yeah, and somehow it'd have to show where they're going. It's so confusing. I guess if anything comes naturally, then it would be as good as that. So like, if you have a good movie idea, but you don't have the effort, you don't want to use the efforts or like money to make it, then make sure you like write into a book or something. Yeah, make a book. And it'll take another 20 years for even more. 20 is like to make a decent movie out of a book. But you know, like there's like context, and then you put the context somewhere, and it's sort of like a book. Someone reads it, and then they say, "Oh, we have to make the movie." It's not even a book, but it's to make a movie. And then at the bottom, you're like, "Oh man, send the money to me after the movie's made, please." And then it gets confusing. But I don't think you should put anything like that. You should put like the author of, or like, I don't know. Or maybe you should that's the moment where you designate yourself to be the star role of the movie, just so you can be in the movie. And say, yeah, I made this movie, but you still just get paid as a star role. See, that's the thing about not being able to do things with fun in your life. So yeah, and okay, so have a good time. Remember, the movie was called what was it called? Get Stoned by Edward Bunker or something. All right.